So I guess I should start from the beginning, before the accident. I met this guy a long time ago from a dating app. We hit it off really well, and he invited me over to his house, i.e. his mother's house. So of course, we kind of messed around for a little bit, and of course, I'm not thinking anything is too serious. So when he ghosted me after me coming to his house the few times, I was confused. But I wasn't tripping hard, so I let it go. Fast forward about a year or two after I get a message on Facebook dating, because I remember swiping on a guy that looked familiar. I just couldn't put my finger on it, so I wanted to know, and behold, it was him. And so I proceeded to ask him what he wanted. And he went on this whole rant on how he was so-called looking for me, or, oh, I missed you, which I knew was bull. But I decided to still hear him out. So the reason that he ghosted me was because his mom said we were too loud. Like I understood from his mom's perspective, and also know that he's not obligated to tell me anything at that time. So while he's messaging me, he proceeded to tell me that he had gotten married and had a child when he moved to Hawaii with his ex-wife. But not only did he get married and have a child, apparently, before he got divorced, his ex-wife allegedly put him in a chokehold. And the next day he woke up, he couldn't feel his legs. So basically he told me that he was paralyzed from the waist down now. Fast forward to us having longer conversations and growing a better understanding of each other, we decided to meet up at his house. Mind you, he had to move back in with his mother. After I saw him, I was surprised, and it did shock me because that's not how we met. But it didn't deter me from hearing him out. And basically, we decided to actually try again and actually be something serious. But I also told him that I wanted to make sure that this is something I wanted, because this is a lot and this is very different for me and my family to have to adjust to. But I noticed that he started acting more and more strange. At one point, he would message me every day, and I would be over at his house every day after work. But mind you, he lives 40 minutes away. He had my location at one point also. We would also make little jokes here and there about him thinking that I wanted revenge for him ghosting me, when I never wanted any of that. I just wanted to be cool and show how much I could love someone I liked, even under these circumstances, see where things went, and make sure this is what I wanted. But it started to turn into something more. He started accusing me of cheating, of talking to other people. But I told him that I would have no problem letting him know that, because I know this situation is unique, and I know that I have a choice. But he insisted on saying that I was a cheater and that I was talking to people. Even though one night we were under the influence, and I didn't really plan on it, but I showed him my phone, and all there was old Snapchat messages that I've never opened, but he chose to open them for fun. But he swears that I had planned all of that out, when I know I didn't, because I was under the influence before I showed him my phone. So I didn't care about anything at that point. But fast forward, he ends up in jail for a warrant that he has in Hawaii, due to the case being open. And it had something to do with domestic violence. So that's why I say allegedly, because I don't know what happened, and I don't know what he did. He only told me what she did. I supported him throughout the time he was in jail, and I still had his location, because he called me the night he was getting arrested, and he got my number and everything, and I could still track his phone. So we were contacting each other the whole time he was in jail. Then he got out and started to ghost me again, even though I could see where he was going. He was going to Louis Vuitton stores, hotels, the beach. He was going everywhere in Hawaii, but couldn't answer not one text message from me or a call after he got out of jail. So that's when I realized shit was really starting to get weird. And so 3 months go by, and he messaged me randomly again. And I told him, please stop ghosting me, because if you don't want to do this, all you have to say is that you don't want to do this, and I will have no problem. Just stop ghosting me. And I told her that the next time he does it again, you're gonna see a side of me that you're not gonna like. Because I'm giving you this easy way out, and I'm giving you the answers, and I'm giving you the key to not make anything hard. So fast forward, I forget him again, and a few months go by, and he does the same thing again. Only he just went on a trip somewhere. And at this point in time, I did not have his location because I no longer wanted his location. I just wanted him to communicate properly. So when he started to ghost me again, after I told him that if he doesn't want to talk, just send one word, just send a letter, just send a SOS that you don't want to talk, or you don't want to be bothered, or you just don't want to do this anymore, or you just don't want to hear from me for a couple weeks today because you're the one that said that you wanted to get married and start a new life and all this other crap. So while he's ghosting me for the third time, I took it upon myself to type out a detailed letter asking where he was and told everything about him ghosting the person that he says he wants to marry all the time and his negative behavior. And I sent it to everybody on his Facebook, and I sent it to everybody connected his TikTok. That includes his mother and brothers. I forgot to mention that I actually went to his mother's house to see if he was there since he was ignoring me. And his brother answered, and his brother stated that, oh, he does this all the time. So he finally messaged me because I'm sure that his family called him that same day, and he told me to stop harassing him, that he never wanted to see me again, that I was being toxic for no reason, and that his mother doesn't approve of me. Even though in my head, I didn't give a damn about what his mother thinks, because I was in his mother's house before she even knew I existed. So what makes you think I would care about what she thinks at this point? And it's crazy, because I know he wasn't on a business trip because I called him from a different number, and he left a butt dial of a voicemail, and I could hear him cheering and laughing, and I could hear music and dinging noises, which means he's at the casino, or he's gambling like he usually does during a week. So it was more so about him treating me like I was stupid. And then 2 months pass, and he asked me if I slept with anybody. And I said yes about a month after we broke up. And he proceeded to tell me that I'm a cheater, and I'm a liar, and I'm a fake girl, and I gaslight him throughout the whole time. And he told his family that I cheated throughout the entire relationship, and that I was also a cheater, and I never loved him because I slept with somebody after he said he never wanted to see me again. He said that if I loved him truly, I would never have moved on so fast. But in reality, it was me really trying to just get over him, to be honest. But it was hard because I didn't have that closure, or it was like he was choosing not to understand anything I was saying. And now he says that he believes nothing I say because I'm a liar and a cheater and a gaslighter, when all I was trying to do was love him properly, but also protect my heart from being broken for the 4th time. So now he just hit me up asking to cuddle, but then he flips it and says, "Oh, but didn't you want to cuddle?" He still says he loves me, and he still calls me babe, even though I tell him to stop calling me that, because he doesn't love me, because he treats me like a joke, and that honestly, he shows what I mean to him, and that I feel like he gave all his love away to his first wife, and that I just have scraps. And so he calls me now whenever he just wants something, or when he's just lonely and wants to cuddle in bed. But I refuse to drive 40 minutes just to sit in a room all day and watch him roll around the bed and fall on the floor and drive him around for a man who called me a cheater, a gaslighter, a manipulator. And even though he said he never wants to see me again, after we broke up, but proceeded to say that he loves me and that nothing matters, he's just lonely. Is he the one manipulating me? Or am I the one being delusional for trying to stick around for somebody that probably will never love me the way I feel like I deserve to be loved? Because we didn't even start off with love in the first place.